Hey, Corey.
Sir. How are you? Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. It's just doing weird stuff up here in Chicago. Snowing.
Snowing. Whoa.
Yesterday it snowed like there was a point where it was like I can't see very far because of the amount of snow
That's
in
weird.
the air. So it was a little wild. And then it snowed overnight because I can see this dusting on a bunch of stuff over here. So
Do you, do you like the snow?
Uh, it depends. It's like fluffy and, you know, not sleet. I don't like it when it's like rain, snow, and it gets everything wet. If it's like
Nasty kind.
fine, the wet kind, not about that. The dry kind, much better. But it's 28, feels like 19.
Yikes. Wow.
So I've got my long johns on today for taking Monty for walks. So I thought I was done with those things, man. I put them away in a whole separate place. Like, oh, good. I don't have to bust these out, and
Yeah.
didn't
Monty,
work out
like
that way.
dog.
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of dog?
Yeah. Corgi.
Oh, nice. I love
Yeah,
dogs.
he's great.
So what made you choose Chicago as opposed to Orlando?
This guy right here.
Jaded?
Yeah, yeah. He was like, he had a roommate. So they had a like a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment, and one of their roommates, like one of her siblings, I think, like passed away and like some things. She had to like move out like immediately. So then
Hmm.
he was like, "Hey man, I got this available room. You should move to Chicago. I love it. I know you're gonna love it. Best move I've ever made." And I just put in my 2 weeks, and it was the best move I've ever made.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Waiting for Ron podcast.
Yeah.
Hello.
Waiting for Ron podcast.
With my co-host Corey Leventhal and Justin Payne. On this podcast, we're going to talk about all kinds of ideas while we wait for Ron. Corey, I was just watching this Ray Dalio mentoring P. Diddy video.
Send it all to me. Send it all. I got the app.
Hey, Dalia's article right now
Principles.
on LinkedIn.
And I had kind of an epiphany for you. You've probably thought about this before, so I don't want it to come across like any sort of like condescending or anything, but I just throw it out there just in case.
Yep.
I'm going to start off by asking you a question. How do you define success?
Oof, it's a tough one. I think it's success is having the balance in your life. Wherever you feel at most ease, where you're worrying enough about the things you need to be worrying about, but you're not worrying about things that really don't matter. You're just finding this nice balance in your life.
That's a great
success.
answer. That is a great answer. Second question, how do you define business success?
Business success, I feel like a lot of it is just based on metrics and money. To me, I feel like if you can, whatever you're trying to achieve, your goals, and you're measuring it, if you're measuring that and you're achieving more than, if you're exceeding your own expectations, then I think you're having success. I think if you set this goal and you're on track to achieve that goal, and these are the metrics you're shooting for, and you're hitting them, that means you're doing your job. If you're exceeding those, that to me is success. So, sorry, I'm just turning off the heat.
Great answer again. I was thinking about what we talked about on our last Waiting for Ron podcast. And you mentioned, something that we've discussed before about you feeling like because Ron has been so successful that, how could you possibly measure up pride in some regard, right?
Yep.
But I think that comes down to your definition of success. Let me just let me play something out for you real quick. Let's imagine that you create a company that monetarily not as much success as Ron. Let's just say Ron's worth 100 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your company, you don't make 100 million bucks, you make 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say that you indirectly save 300,000 people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you determine is more successful?
I would do the 5 million and 300,000 lives saved.
That's an interesting idea to play with, right? It's not fully
True,
because I literally just had this epiphany like 20 seconds before I hopped on this call, but think about that for a second, right?
It makes a lot of sense.
When I asked you about like business success, it's like your dad's like affected a lot of people's lives in terms of like key cards, you know, things like that, like laser tag, things like that. But
Mhm.
what if you worked towards something that had such a significant impact on people's lives, even if it was a nonprofit, you know, that just like helps so many people and you became so fulfilled by it that it just like, it was like the missing piece to like whatever is like missing inside of you. If you feel there's like no fire, like that might help.
Sure. No, that makes a lot of sense when you put it into perspective like that. It's like then you.
Because, dude, tell you what, you want to talk about bragging? Sorry to interrupt you. If you want to talk about bragging, you could just be like, I don't care. Who cares? Have you saved 300,000 people's lives? Because you know what I mean. Like, dude,
Sure.
bury your sunscreen. You know what I mean?
It's could be it.
There's all kind. Look, it's a bad example, but the point is there's.
I get the overall concept of what you're trying to talk about.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. It's just it's all relative. It's like if those 300,000 lives are worth in your mind $500 million, then it wouldn't matter how much you made in terms of a monetary value. So it's how you value, you know, different things and how you value success.
Yep, very true. Value is very important.
I like it.
Speaking of value, have you guys dove into this like PPP loan stuff yet?
I just got that email.
Yeah.
I started filling out the form and I was just asking my dad about, you know, like, do we put the business address or is it still like technically your address and the EIN? That's that little stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I'll fill it out and I'll probably reach out to that guy that Chad hooked us up with. And
I reached out to him via email and CC'd Chad, and apparently that guy will fill out the form for you. It's just he's going to help consult you on it because there's some weird things that I'm not sure what to put on there, and I just want to make sure that, you know.
Yeah, for me it's easy. It's much simpler. For you, it's more complicated because there's like commissions and things like that. So for me, it's pretty simple. But I'll probably still reach out to the guy. Yeah, see if he could just help me fill out the form and file it wherever it needs to get filed. And I don't know.
For sure. Justin, what's good? What's good in the hood?
Not much. Just had lunch, so nice and full.
What'd you have for lunch?
Yeah, there you go.
A little unhealthy. I had a taco salad.
That's not as bad. I had a fried chicken sandwich from Do Right Donuts. Delicious.
Yeah,
I had a brain smoothie.
Brain smoothies.
Brain smoothies. Carrot, spinach, flaxseed, chia seed.
So healthy.
Fruit, banana, peanut butter, almond milk. Dude, feeling
sounds
it.
Delightful.
Oh yeah, got that. Oh, avocado, of course. That's sustained energy. Yeah, dude.
I like it.
Cut up in a
You
whole
going strong on the veggie diet?
Yeah, no, I've been doing pretty good. I took like when COVID hit, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna eat meat because like, what if but it's so weird because I'm glad that I took like 3 months, didn't eat any meat. Then I took like 10 days and I ate meat, and I'm like, why do I have no energy at all? And now I'm like back on it and I'm starting to feel it again. I'm like, it was like a check. I was like, got to check in with the whole meat thing, see if it was like
just see if it was a fluke or something, or if it was placebo.
No,
clearly no.
It's legit. That stuff, I feel it. Like, you eat like a cheeseburger and you're just like, what is going on?
A little sluggish.
I'm feeling heavy right now.
Me too.
I could use a little nap after this.
Yep.
Corey, have you read any good books lately?
That's my big downfall. It's my big flaw. Not enough reading of books.
I that was my biggest problem for a long time. And what I put a system into place, right? So my system is every time I hear a book that I even think about that I want to read, I just immediately go to Amazon and just buy a used copy of it for $7.
I've been noticing your bookshelf growing.
Yeah, I like
exponentially.
As we go along with these calls, it's going to get more fun.
That's step one. Step two is just have the books ready to read, right? So when I'm in the mood, I don't have to I don't order it then, right? I order it before I even think about reading it. Step two is
smart.
Step two is I just read all day on Sunday, and I block off an hour a day to read from 5 to 6 p.m. at least every day during the weekday. when I'm doing like my daily run in the morning, I listen to an audiobook. So I'll even get on, and just because and a lot of people have, there's different opinions about this, but this is what works for me. Like I kind of look at like, for me, because it's so, I didn't read consistently for so long. When I look at my bookshelf, it's kind of like a trophy case, right?
Yeah.
So no, seriously, like, because my sister's a librarian, she's like, why don't you get it from the library and then return it? I'm like, well, then I can't, because then I look back and like look at the books that I read. I'm like, oh, what did I get? How did that make me feel? What did I learn from that? And I'm like, yeah, that makes me want to read more, right? So I have the strategy in place to have the reading. I have the strategy to actually read it, and then I have the strategy to keep me reading by looking back on it, right? Do great strategy.
Like it.
Just throwing it out there.
That's why people have studies/libraries in their big houses.
And
that's a whole room that is dedicated just to that.
That's exactly what I want.
Thank you for bringing this up, Corey. Or do you either of you have a vision board?
Justin, I bet, does.
Kinda, yeah.
What's this thing that you always have over there, Justin? You're like, oh yeah, I have it right here.
Okay.
Now it's not really a vision board. It's just paper that I've taped up with different notes and stuff. But I used to have a really good, thumbtack board with images and stuff.
So I just bought a cork board to go above my a cork board to go above my computer right here for my vision board. Because by the way, there is science behind this and it works. And I think about every time that I've used like a visualization and a vision board in my life, and I'm like, oh my God, every time that I've done that, it's worked. I'm talking about, even if it was something stupid like for a car, for like a girl or whatever it may be, because what ends up happening is if you see it consistently every day, your brain starts filtering out ways to find the path. It's kind of like when you look at the directions on a map, right? And you're like, okay, this is my goal, this is my location. You're gonna find the exact path to go there and navigate through life to get to your goal. Dude, this shit works. And I've done it with so many different things, but now I'm like, okay, how do I take this to the next level? So I did two things. I started researching this. The first one is, I haven't played with this idea yet, but just so you know it's out there, you close your eyes and you visualize what you want. You just start drawing whatever you see, how it's making you feel, and like you try to draw it out. For example, say I want like a Tesla truck, right? And I see me and my girlfriend, our kids in the back, or two hot, whatever it may be, and we're driving down the road, and I draw an image, and it just looks like chicken scratch. It looks like chicken scratch. It's just some symbol, right? But you take that, and you know how it made you feel when you drew it, and then you post that up there. People are saying like that works, but I think just the pictures are good enough for me for now. So getting back to the pictures, can you guys see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron, I think Ron's trying to hop in the call. He's asking if there's a link. I was like, yeah, it's in the email Justin sent out.
We'll continue this on our next Waiting for Ron podcast. We'll dive into vision boards, but yeah, it's coming. I'll show you guys my vision board when it's ready.
Let's see.
So you printed everything out and tacked it up there? And...
There's things that I've achieved. So it shows you what it's possible, the things that you've actually visualized and put on your board, like my Tesla or hot girlfriend, whatever it may be.
Things already accomplished. Yeah.
And then I have career and personal. But you bring up the library, and I just gotta show you this dope really quick. I gotta share this. It's like the office stuff. It's like the office with the library right here.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Legit, right?
That's legit. That's legit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going on my
chairs, you can walk around. And...
Yeah. So that's what made me bring up the vision board.